Hello and welcome, Dragons. So this is for my green belts and green black belts. Today's curriculum is going to be our basics, top basics. So we'll be getting into stances, the blocks, and your punches for your next stripe or belt. We're going to try to go into as much detail as possible. If you need any work on the older material, I highly suggest you take a look at the Cranes class. There was a lot of very good, important information there. So if you want to review some of that stuff, you are more than welcome to. So we'll start off with our green belts, starting with our back stance and our knife hand blocks. This is a twofer because they both go together now. Before you were doing your back stance with your inside block, from now on, about 90% of the time, when you're doing a back stance, you are also doing your knife hand block. So we're gonna skip the back stance a little bit and go straight to that knife hand block. If you wanna do the back stance, go take a look at the Cranes video. That's gonna really help you out there. Okay, so with our knife hand block here, you're gonna stretch now remember, we're gonna mirror image each other. Mirror image each other. So if I have my hand out just like this is my right hand, that should be your left hand. All right, so we're clear on that. So stretch your left hand out, take your right hand, put it to the ear. And what you want to do is you want to focus on taking your elbow and the pit of your elbow and putting them together. And you're going to practice this, pulling this hand back, twisting and chopping, making sure your elbow stays down, protecting your ribs, and your other hand is at your stomach. And you're just going to do that same side. Pit the elbow, same side, over and over again until you get really comfortable with that. So I'd say 10, 20 times. Then you're going to do the other hand. Stretch it out. So this should be your right hand now. Then the left hand to the ear. And the hand that's at the ear is going to go down. So this hand's going to come to the stomach. And focus on pointing your fingers towards your target here. So a lot of people like to do this, where they wrap it around. Try not to let that happen. Point it forward. And do this over and over. Make sure you're twisting, shoulders going backwards, elbows going down that way. So go ahead and practice that one 10, 20 times on that side. Now, you're here, start with your right hand first. So right hand out, left hand to the ear. And what I want you to do is we're going to switch back and forth here. So you're going to chop this way, then the hand that's out there is going to stretch out and you're going to switch, chop the other way. To the ear, switch, to the ear, switch. And I want you to get nice and comfortable with that. Get it so it's natural. Feels like you don't even need to do anything anymore, or not do anything anymore. Feels like you don't even have to think about the process as you're doing it. Parents, a lot of times, you and me both know, they think they know it, but they don't. So make sure that they can do it and that they can do it fluently without having to think too much about it. Good. Let's add our stance to that now. What I want you to do is I want you to practice stepping backwards first because it's easier to get to that back stance going backwards. So you're here, pull in. This is your halfway point and step back. Then do it again. Pull in, halfway point, and step back. That's about as much space as I have right now. You can keep going with that, stepping backwards. Then, once you have it stepping backwards, try stepping forward. As you do this, focus on that halfway point. You're here. Bring the feet together. As you step forward, point the toe, not heel toe. Point your toe forward and twist your back knee back into that back stance. Here and here. As you go forward, make it more fluently so you can go through nice and easy. I'm going to go sideways and do it this way so you can see it a little bit better. You can pause the video and you can kind of see my halfway point as I'm doing it fast. You don't pause it there, you go through it. Good. Practice it over and over and over again. Okay, next we're going to be doing is the jab punch. So this is for my green belts. I'm here. You're going to push your hips forward and jab, just like that. But it's fast. Notice I go from here to here. I straighten that back leg out and push myself forward that way. 20 on one side, then switch, 20 on the other side. Moving on to my green black belts. Green black belts, you have what's called a cat leg stance. It's kind of a transitional stance. You're not gonna, go around in a cat leg stance ever. But it is important. A lot of our older katas are gonna be doing that cat leg stance. So we're here, and start off with a back stance. And then what I want you to do is I want you to pull your foot all the way back this way, just like that. So the ball of your foot is directly under your knee. Then you're going to take this back knee and that foot and you're going to turn them forward. Now this is the first inside tension stance that you guys have. You bend your knees and you sit down where your knees are pulling towards each other. This is going to make the space between your legs tight so you can't get hit at all to the groin. Now, the block that you do with this stance is a knife hand block. Right? So if you're stepping forward, this is going to go down, and it's this. Ball of the foot. Let's go forward and try that. Remember, there's a halfway point, just like everything else. I'm here, the heel goes down, it's this and here. Practice it 20 times all the way forward, and then you can go backwards too if you'd like. Next we have is the palm heel block. The palm heel block uses the palm right here, goes out and comes in, just like this. But it's fast. Let's do it in a stance. Stepping forward, each. So halfway point is right here. Just like that. Practice that 20 times, forward and back. Next is the augmented block. This one can be a little bit tricky. So we understand the cup and saucer, where you have your hands at your hip like this, and it's a transition. So it's here. You go straight across your belly to here. The hands don't touch, but this is your cup and saucer. If I'm going to the other side, this is your cup and saucer. So practice that back and forth. Too many times do I see people doing a backwards cup and saucer. And that's not right. So you gotta keep it at the hip like this and pull the hand across. Pull the hand across. The side that you're going to, that hand stays at the hip. That way. And that way. So this is, we're gonna use this transition, this cup and saucer transition for the augmented block. We'll do it without a stance first, but you're here, and this one's gonna essentially do an inside block, this way, block. But this one follows it. Your hand is at the elbow, pointed towards your target. Pull it back, boom. Practice this just on the one side. Do 10 of them on one side, then switch it up. Take it, put it on this side. Inside block with this one, and out. Do 10 on this side. Then I want you to switch back and forth and get used to it. So you're here, it's boom, pull back, out. Pull back to the other side, out. Go back and forth, and do this until it's natural, until you don't have to think too much about which hand goes out there. Because the hand that's on top is gonna always be the one that goes out, just like that. Now, once you have that, then you're gonna be doing it, stepping forward into your back stance. So you're here, you're gonna step forward, back stance, and augmented block. Pull through, halfway point, and out. In, and out. Remember, as you're doing that back stance, try to point with your big toe and not go heel toe, but forward with your toes instead, okay? All right, so the next thing that we're gonna be doing is the close punch. So the close punch is half of a regular punch, or you can actually say it's 1/3 of a punch. You're here, you're gonna rotate, and here, just like this. Your elbow is still gonna stay connected to your side. And you go back to your fighting stance. So you're gonna go from a fighting stance to a forward stance, rotating just like you would with the reverse punch. Body forward, contraction position. Here. Okay? And back to your fighting stance. And out. One thing to note that we kind of see all the time is this. Don't do that. The hand is not supposed to come up. It's not an uppercut. It's straight forward into the stomach this way. Boom. Do 10 on one side and then do 10 on the other side. Our second thing that we're going to be doing today is the sparring strategies. So we have different sparring strategies for my green belts and my green black belts. Green belts, you're going to be working on the older sparring strategies, the single attack, moving in, hitting, getting out of the range. If you need a refresher on single attack, go to the Cranes class and take a look at their video. I have a lot of good information on that, like I said. And ABC, attack by combination. Again, you need a refresher, go look at that Cranes class. And block counter. Block counter, go take a look at that Cranes class, it's got it all in there. You're going to be taking those, and instead of just doing it very linear, back and forth, you're going to be moving around with your mom or dad doing the single attack, then attack by combination, and finally they're going to attack you for block counter. Let's take a look at that. I have Miss Ambrosio here right now, and come on over here, Miss Ambrosio.
Hey everybody.
She's not in her pajamas. She came out of her pajamas, but you know, I'm still clad in it. So
That's what I wore last night.
okay. So very good. So always give courtesy to your partner. Be sure you're with your parents. Make sure that they're bowing too, and having that courtesy and respect. If they don't understand why you do the bow, explain it to them. Explain it to them. That courtesy and respect is very important. Karate. So we're going to be in our fighting stances, just like this. I want you all left leg forward. So she's left leg forward, I'm left leg forward. We're just like this. Notice our hands are on front here, not here, in front of you, here. Yes. So I'm going to work on moving in and out of the range, starting with that single attack. But we're going to move around. So we're here like this. We're moving around just like we're sparring. Just like we're sparring. If I move in, she might move out a little bit. If I move back, she might move in. Keeping that distance there. So if there's an opportunity for her to hit me, I want to make sure that I know when it's happening. If we're hanging in here like this, oh boy, that's too close, way too close. We're going to start elbowing a knee from there. But we're here, if we're here, I can hit her really quick, but she can hit me. And if I don't realize that, then she's going to take the opportunity before, boom, before me. So, single attack, moving around, and I want you to change up your technique. Move in, back fist. Notice she stopped. We're really focusing on getting the targets that we're trying to hit. So I was a back fist. She stopped, boom. I hit to the side of the head. If I'm doing a reverse punch, boom, to the stomach. If I'm doing a front kick, boom, to the stomach. If I'm doing a roundhouse kick, bam, to the head or even to the side, or we can go to the side over here, to the side over here. If I'm doing a side kick, wham! Shuffle up, and you can do that kind of thing too. So in and out of that range, moving around with your partner.
If I may add too, Sensei.
Sure.
If you noticed when Sensei was doing it, he wasn't actually hitting me at all that hard. He was touching, like he said, targeting. He was coming close, or he was touching the body. Be sure to be very nice to your partner if you have one at home. Take care of them, and remember, if you hit mom or dad, I think they get a turn too. So
I think they're stronger than you too.
You settle that at home. Let us know how the debate goes.
So work on the single attack. Then I want you to move up to ABC, attack by combination. Focusing mainly on high-low combinations. You want to get their hands up and then hit them low, or get their hands low and try to hit them higher. So same thing, moving around this time though. Moving around, and I'm going to pick a couple of strategies here. Let me see. I'm going to go 1, 2, like that. Let's see. Maybe I'll use a technique. I'll use a kick to get in the range. So I might go 1, bam, 2, just like that. Again, low, high, but I'm just using my kick so I can get into that punching range. Move around. See if I can get some other ones. See, maybe do a roundhouse kick, back fist. Let's see, maybe a side kick, reverse punch. do your own thing, make it you, but make sure you're doing techniques that are sparring techniques. Stay away from your strikes, your elbows, and your knees. The only strikes you should be doing, back fist strike, that's about it. That's all I can think of for you guys. Later on, you might get into some ridge hand strikes, but you guys don't know those yet. Okay, green belts, or excuse me, green black belts. You are working on RS, which is rear step. How I want you to practice this is, first off, you're here without a partner, you're just gonna go back, punch, go back, punch, back and punch, back and punch. Do that for the length of wherever you're practicing. So if you're right here, do it like this. Back, punch, punch, back, punch, all the way back until you can't go back any further. After you're good going back like that, parents, or if you don't have a parent, sibling or somebody, or maybe you just don't, maybe
well-behaved dog.
Well-behaved dog, that's the key. They're gonna stand there and they're gonna move in. As soon as they move in, you're gonna rear step and throw your technique. So I'm here, and we're just gonna do reverse punch for right now. We'll change the techniques in a moment. So I'm here, and I gotta wait for her.
Now back up so we can do one more. Maybe they get really good and you gotta trick them a little bit. Sorry.
Just like that. You can also do the same thing with kick, but you gotta watch the distance. That's key. The distance is key. So we're here. Now, I don't want to be right here. See, now this isn't my punching distance. I can't hit her from here, but I can't even kick from here. Okay? I can't even kick. So I gotta be a little further back over here. Have fun with it. Play around a little bit and do that. Work that technique until you got it really good. That concludes the strategies that I want you guys to do. Okay, last one. This is going to be the block counter. So this is moving around block counter. Parents, you're going to be walking around them and trying to touch them to various spots. Their job is to block however you're touching them and then counter with their own strike. So we're here. Miss Ambrosio is my parent right now. Okay. I'm going to be in my fighting stance. And she's going to simply move around. I got to keep her in front of me. Hey-ya! 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 Parents, keep it nice and big and then start to come in a little faster and not so round. Okay? Just to get them working a little harder there. Okay, that concludes everything that we were going to do today. Practice, and we will go over these things on Thursday. Keep in mind, I did give you guys that schedule. We're going to adhere to that schedule come Thursday and Friday. And have fun, stay safe. Keep. Hooray. Class dismissed.